lifelong equestrian, Shannon knows the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices it takes to make it to the top in the competitive world of international equestrian sports.
Shannon Oldham Duick.
Shannon was born into an equestrian family. Her mother is a dressage judge, and Shannon's earliest childhood memories involve horses. From her first pony, to her early career successes in the thrilling sport of three-day eventing, to her eventual stardom in the elite world of international dressage competition, one thing seemed clear: nothing could stop Shannon Duick from riding. Shannon purchased a 3-year-old warm blood named Corona and spent the next decade training him and competing him at the highest level of the sport. And after an individual silver medal at the Pan Am Games in 1999, they never looked back. In 2002, Shannon and Corona represented their team at the World Championships in Spain. Later that year, a win in the Canadian League World Cup final earned them the chance to ride in the World Cup finals in Sweden in 2003. In 2003, they also competed at the Open European Championships in England, with their eye on the Olympics. In 2004, they had a very successful competition tour at top international shows in Holland, Germany, and Austria. Fast forward to 2009, and Shannon has trained her newest charge, Aisha, to the Olympic level, and has her sights set on the 2010 World Equestrian Games in Kentucky and the 2012 Olympics in London, when a routine mammogram changed her plans in an instant. You had a great plan in your life, and somehow it sort of changed a little bit. Tell us about that.
I went in for a routine mammogram. I had a biopsy and I found out I had breast cancer.
We always hear about when you sustain a health setback, especially one of this nature, that people try to come together to help you. What sort of help do you really get?
I live close to Wellington, which is a huge equestrian community. I had so many people come to me and offer to keep my horses going, because the one thing, these are really high performance athletes, and in order to keep them at the high level of performance, they can't be let down and lose all of their fitness.
How long was it before you really got back on a horse?
Well, I think I was a bit unusual. I got on my horse 17 days after I had the operation.
How
which,
could that happen?
Well, it shouldn't have, and my doctors weren't that happy with me, but my horses are really, they're my therapy, both mentally and physically. I've been part of a benefit that is produced down here in Wellington every year called the Challenge of the Americas, which is a great evening of dressage quadrille performances that the top Grand Prix riders in Wellington put together, quadrilles of 6 riders, and it's done to music, and it's very, very entertaining. And it's done for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And I've ridden in that 4 times. A couple of times I did it before any of this was personally affecting me. Last year, in 2009, I rode in it. It took more meaning because my mother had been diagnosed with breast cancer at that time. Then, of course, in 2010, in March, I was able to ride in it again, and it was incredibly personal because my aunt was now fighting breast cancer, and of course I have gone through this. I started in my first Grand Prix in January. I did my first international competitions in February, and now it looks like, you know, I'm trying to get to Europe to get ready for the World Championships this fall, and then the Olympics. It looks like I'm on track.
If you had to sum it all up, what do you want to take away from this experience?
We need to cherish our life as it is, and that we can't be thinking all the time about what the future might hold, instead of cherishing what we have right at this very moment. Now, of course, we also have to have all those goals, and all that's what gives us meaning to our life. So what this ordeal helped me with, and will help me with in the future because it's an ongoing thing, is that I do treasure what I have, but that I'm looking forward to what's possible in the future.
Do you think you're going to be able to use your experience to perhaps become a world-known spokesperson?
I think it would be a very unusual a very unusual story to be an Olympic athlete that's fought and survived breast cancer. That can't be that common. So I'm hoping that it will bring it even more out in the open, because I know for years it was not something that people wanted to talk about. And cancer is a tough thing to talk about. But the more we talk about it, the more open we are, then the more people are going to get treated earlier, and the more people will survive.
Do you see yourself promoting breast cancer awareness during all of this?
I absolutely do. And I'm really hoping to be an advocate for early detection, for positive treatment, for positive outcomes, to give people a really inspirational story that they can take to their doctors and take with them when they're going through their darkest times. I feel very passionate. All through my life, I've wanted to have a cause that I could make a difference for many people, and something that really was going to hopefully be a betterment, not just for me. And I think this is my opportunity for that I can actually be an advocate and help people with breast cancer. That's a big thing for me right now. And then the other thing is I'm absolutely passionate about my Olympic aspirations. I've had them since I was a teenager. I wanted to ride.
The partner, if you will, that we haven't met is Aisha.
Yeah,
Do you think we should go do that?
we should. She's really important.
So this is the star.
She's the star of the show.
Wow, hi. How are you, Aisha?
Well,
Hi.